Seneca Nation. Let's ride.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kansas, Ohio. We are live here inside the press box at Raiders Field for tonight's matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Lakota Raiders. Once again, we are just getting started here as we had the opening kickoff, and here's the first play on the offensive possession here for the Lakota Raiders. Complete pass out on the right side, and that's good to Grant Bomer. Good for 5 yards. Tommy, welcome to the broadcast. Tommy Hall, Nate Mullins on the call with you. Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the ones and twos. We have Eric Hall on the sidelines and Austin Rodriguez on the main cam. Got a late start here today because started setting up in the coaches' press box, and the coaches were like, no, this ain't where you guys go. A little miscommunication, but hey, we're ready, we're going, and we are live here in Kansas.
Calvert Senecas kicked off to start here. The Raiders got it to the 30-yard line to start this drive. And a quick out to start this one as Raiders on second down. And a quick out to Avery Schilling. He gets about 6-7 on the play there, Nate. Brings up third down.
Third down coming up, 3rd and 3 with the ball marked at the 38-yard line. We'll check in with our sideline reporter Eric Hall here in just a little bit once I get connected with him. Once again, a little bit of a late start here, but we're underway. Jalen Wagner in the shotgun formation. Slings it to the right side, complete to Bomer, and Grant Bomer has it up to midfield and inside Seneca territory down to the 49-yard line before he's tackled by Xavier Kimmett.
Yeah, almost that 4-4 look by the Senecas defense. Shows a soft spot in the zone, just that open area of the field, left unguarded. And this connection between quarterback and Bomer has thus far been paying dividends, as now the Raiders got the ball past the 50. You're watching the first stanza of action.
They sling it to the left, and that one is incomplete.
Wagner on the throw there, Nate, just kind of slips out of his hand, throws it right into the dirt. A little Deshaun Watson action for you, planting taters to begin this one.
A little confused here. I don't see Jalen Wagner on my roster here for the Lakota Raiders. They gave me rosters before this one, but there's a bunch of players on here, and I don't see Jalen listed on here. I mean, this is a 3-page roster. You don't see those very often. Back to pass. Rolls to the right.
Oh, wow.
Slings it out right side, complete to his receiver. And Avery Schilling on the reception takes it out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. They might have gained a yard on the play.
Yeah, Wagner tried to stay calm in the pocket there. He got flushed out, but still made an intelligent throw there.
Yeah, a gain of 1 is definitely better than a loss of a few there that he almost took.
That's a great point, Greg. You seen the quarterback get flushed out. As this Raiders squad in this opening drive continuing to drive here, Greg. Getting the ball past the 50 as we get things settled in here and underway. Yeah, Wagner in the gun here.
How about the red uniforms tonight, guys?
Oh, they're crispy, aren't they?
Beautiful.
Rolls to the left. And an overthrown ball with the pass intended for Nick Elkert.
What is this roster? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Like, it's a 5-page roster, and it's got like...
It's a list of all the people who live in Lakota.
I guess. It's really, that's what it seems like I'm looking at right now. It's like, it's one of the longest roster sheets I've ever seen.
So that's the thing, our roster sheets aren't matching up. This one's from the actual PA, the announcer's booth, so.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. Right. Nope. Punch it.
Brandon Leal, the real deal, boots this one away.
He'll be a treat to watch. As you figure coming into this one, two teams, you know, Calvert hasn't really found its identity thus far through the first 3 games. They've struggled scoring points, 19 points, in fact, in their last 2 games compared to the 28 they put up in week 1. And this Coach Lento-led Seneca team still trying to find its identity. You got that going on all around the area as we get ready to switch possessions here after the punt by Leal. This Calvert offense gets set with Coleman in the gun. He got Warneman on his hip.
High snap. Coleman going to have to fall on top of it back at the 3-yard line. Not the way you want to start the game if you're Tiffin Calvert here.
We've seen some signal caller and center miscommunications earlier this year in our first broadcast of the Senecas. Those are week 1 mistakes you got to nip in the bud early, real quick. Especially if you want to get this offense clicking, Greg.
Those were issues they were having against Monroeville in week 2 as well, Tommy.
Dangerous spot on the field to almost have a turnover.
Bring up 2nd and 30 here, Nate.
3 receivers off to the right. 1 receiver here on the near side, Coleman, handoff. And I believe that's Warneman on the carry. He's going to be bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, but hey, there's a little bit of laundry that comes in from the side judge here. I believe that's going to be a face mask as Warneman looked over at him and kind of gave the fist pump like, yeah, there it is.
Paul Williams came up with the tackle there. Had the Senecas in a precarious, well, still going to be a precarious position.
I was going to say that'll help that 30 yards to go, though.
After you add the penalty yardage. But, Greg, as we talk about this struggling offense, you know, there are some bright spots, some young weapons. Let's look at how this Calvert offense has done throughout the first stanza of this season. Brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Leading the charge, DeMoss with the most through these 3 games. You see Logan DeMoss leads receivers with 148 yards and 7 catches, while John Schumacher did a nice job with 9 receptions for 110 yards to help this receiving core out and the young signal caller.
And Tucker Coleman had an up and down start to the season so far. Stands in the shotgun. 3 receivers off to the right. He's going to hand off. Warneman off the right side. Finds some running room. He's to the 30, to the 35, and he's cut down just past the 35 up to about the 38-yard line. Cal Warneman on the carry, but hang on. This one might be coming back.
Keep forgetting that Warneman switched over to that Eddie George 27 number.
And I think this one will be coming back. Holding against the Senecas is the call. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here, as we never got a chance to do that in the pregame show. Wait, there was no pregame show. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope and Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, CLOUSE Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And if you want to see your name on that list, folks, shoot us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com, or shoot us a message on Facebook. Coleman in the shotgun, 2nd and long after the penalty. They're going to hand it off. Warneman breaks a tackle, and he finds some more running room, cuts it inside. He's up to the original line of scrimmage and just passed up to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line is where they'll mark him down. And that's going to set him up with a decent 3rd down situation compared to where they were.
Yeah, again, your playbook's limited when you're facing such a large down and distance situation, and that you're continuing to try to get some back. at least put yourself in a position that if you can't convert or do anything on this possession, you can at least put yourself in a position to flip the field. And that was kind of the mindset here. But now in a third and manageable situation, 3rd and 7, you bring out the paddles to this drive, Nate.
Absolutely, Tommy. 3rd down and 8. I would say about 7. They bring a man in motion. That's Xavier Kimmett. Coleman rolls to the right, or rolls to the left, slings it out, and that one's going to be incomplete as Kimmett was the intended receiver, and it goes through his hands and falls to the turf, and that'll bring out the punt unit. And Tommy, you talk about special teams. That's one area where Tiffin Calvert has really had to work through these first couple weeks, as they've already given up 2 kick returns for a touchdown on the season, but the bright spot on that special teams unit, young Lucas Stoltz, sophomore punter, 3rd in the SBC Lake in punting average on the year, just over 40 yards a punt. He gets that one away, end over end. It hits about the 41, and it's going to roll dead about the 35-yard line.
Avery Schilling thought about the return there, thought better of it. But these Lakota Raiders will go back to work here, Greg. As on that first drive to open things up, you start to see a lot of positives. You see some bright spots with this team already. I like the signal caller, and I like what young head coach Ryan Lozier has been able to do with this as we take the player spotlight once again, presented by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphicking. Young up-and-comer head coach Ryan Lozier. The Raiders are led by 23-year-old head coach Lozier. Led Clyde to a state championship as a player, and as the Raiders at 1-2 on the season thus far. Jalen Wagner, though, the quarterback, 42 of 74 passes for 792 yards and 6 touchdowns while running 12 times for 132 yards and 2 scores. So, I mean, you got some playmakers on there. You couple Grant Bomer, you're going to have a productive day.
Absolutely. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers off to the right.
Look at that bunch.
Bunched in a formation. So that'll back him up 5 yards. Push him back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, with 7:04 here in the first stanza of action from Raider Field, these penalties have continuously put a stall to a couple of these drives here. Is that quick out to Bomer? Sorry, that was
Graham Harmon on the reception there for the Raiders.
Yeah, that National Machinery replay. Throw into traffic after the penalty. Gives you a lot better look on 2nd down, Nate.
Once again, replays brought to you by our friends at National Machinery. Wagner in the shotgun, brings a man in motion. And now they're going to hand off the left side. A little bit of running room there. As Caden, actually it's Nate Grigson on the carry. I don't have any numbers there. Cut off the numbers on the picture.
Sounds about right.
3rd and 1 coming up here. Ball is located at the 44-yard line. No score. 5:42 left to play here in the first quarter. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg the Wizard Kinn up here in the press box with us. Austin Rodriguez on camera. Eric Hall on the sideline. Hand off. Grigson once again.
He's just mad.
And driven backwards this time.
Did you guys see the get off of the defensive line on that play? I thought he was about to jump the snap. He was so quick.
Who was that? Big 57, Cam Bajent.
He had that one sniffed out and ready to go.
So a 4th down, and they're going to keep the offense on the field here.
I was trying to get him to jump.
And they do, but
Oh, they didn't do anything.
no call. That was a neutral zone. They're going to say he got back before he got into the neutral zone. I don't know.
Now you're going to have to burn a timeout.
That's a tricky call there. I don't know. I've seen that called all year. Like that's.
Yeah.
They got lucky on that one.
Yeah, there was no question about how far he jumped ahead on that one.
Timeout called. Timeout's brought to you by our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore. Use this time to tell you about our presenting sponsors. We'd like to thank pregame show sponsor XCARET Mexican Restaurant. Stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. We'll have our halftime marching band performance presented by Forte Music. All instant replays tonight brought to you by National Machinery. Post-game show presented by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, all timeouts brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Keys to the game, which we'll be talking about here shortly, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. And whenever we get in the red zone, that's brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. And once again, our player spotlight presented by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. What a start to the high school football season, Tommy. It's so hard to believe we're already in week 4, but as we always say, it just goes so fast.
Yeah, almost at the midseason, you start seeing these teams like we talked about at the top of the pregame, or well, we call it a pregame. But
hey, the logo was up there.
Yeah, these teams trying to find their identities early on. We talked already about the new coaching regime and the new look for the Senecas, as well as Lakota Raiders head coach Mike Leno over here for 7 years, bringing his talents over to Tiffin.
Big fourth down on their own side of the field.
Still looking at it.
Yeah, a little pooch punt, and it's blocked!
Blocked right into him.
And the Senecas are going to fall on top of it as Carter Wolf falls on top. It doesn't matter who's got it because it's going to be Calvert ball regardless. Senecas have possession at the Raiders' 35-yard line. Excellent field position to start this one off. Just needed to take maybe another step backwards, Tommy, for that pooch punt. You know, usually right before the snap, you'll see the quarterback take one step back, and then that's where they execute the pooch punt. You see that Seneca East does that all the time.
And I think that poor guard got Wilson imprinted on his butt after that pooch punt.
Tucker Coleman in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield with him. He's going to hand off. That's Cal Warnament. And he's drugged down in the backfield by number 8, Grant Bomer.
You tell me you don't have a special teams kicker in Leal? Outside of being able to kick field goals, I mean, you just go with the punt there.
Second down and about 12 here after the 2-yard loss on first down. 4 backs in the backfield here with the quarterback. Schumacher with a little pitch to the right. That's going to Warnament, and that's going nowhere as Grant Bomer once again reads that one perfectly in the backfield. Just no blocking up front there, Tommy. They got no edge blocking.
He even had pulling guards, pulling back, trying to put a hat on a hat, and just the quick penetration. You got to allow that play not so much to develop, but you got to allow time to follow your blocks, get those gaps opened up for you to follow through. And that time, it was just blown up right behind the line. What a tremendous play by Bomer.
It was third down and long after the Senecas were gifted beautiful field position at the Raider 35. Raiders have pushed them back on the last 2 plays. Third down and 13 coming up here for the Senecas. And they're going to get the defense offsides there, but no, they're going to say no, he got back. I don't understand that because that's been called all year long so far.
Oh, nice rollout and
Logan DeMoss on the catch, but he's going to be short of the first down by a couple yards here. And that will make it a decision, Tommy. That's going to make it something he's going to have to think about. They're going to keep the offense on the field, it looks like.
I mean, I think you set up that waggle pass not to get you what you need, but to cut that deficit shorter, so it makes it a lot easier to make up there on fourth down. It's definitely 4-down territory, especially after the gifted possession. Not so much gifted possession, you earned that turnover, but the pooch punt definitely helped you.
And we have a whistle here, stoppage of play. We'll see what the call is. A little discussion here. Some kind of an officials huddle here.
Gosh, I need Don Cook's stats right now because I want to see how many positive yards are in this game so far. A lot of these drives continuously starting from behind the 8 ball. A lot of 3rd and 15s that you're seeing down there, Nate.
So 4th down, here comes the offense for the Senecas. 2 backs in the backfield with Tucker Coleman. Carter Wolf here on the lone receiver on the near side. 2 receivers off far to the right. Hand off to Warnament. Breaks a tackle, and he's got the first down to the 20-yard line. Cal Warnament with a bruising run. But Tommy, that little jump step at the line of scrimmage is what really sprung him for those extra yards he needed.
And as they move the chains, now the Senecas, they start to knock, getting into that Benchwarmers red zone. You see here on the replay, brought to you by National Machinery, huge 4th down call. The guts here, because again, that's 4 down territory. You just put a hat on a hat and you grind those yards out.
They fake the handoff, throw out to the right for Carter Wolf. He breaks a tackle, and no, he's going to be drugged down, actually. Excellent effort there, as I thought Wolf was going to break that tackle.
But
like Nate Grigson.
He was high-stepping, but he had a man on his feet.
Yeah.
And Nate Grigson was there to make the stop.
Way to hold on to his legs there.
Yeah, Easy Warnament fighting for them next yard, doing his best Rockets performance.
Checking with our sideline reporter here in just a minute, as we've got Eric Hall down there on the sidelines tonight. Tucker Coleman in the shotgun. 1st and goal, handoff, Warnament inside the 5-yard line. Eric, let's talk about the weather tonight, man. I mean, it's a little windy, but what a beautiful night for football.
Yeah, it's beautiful, 75 degrees out here. But yeah, there's a lot of wind down here on this field. I noticed a lot of it on the way here on the motorcycle. Yeah, it took my sunglasses, so.
Well, whose sunglasses are you wearing? Who did you steal those sunglasses from?
Oh, I had to stop at the gas station.
Motorcycles, those things are dangerous, Eric. Be careful.
Yeah, you better be careful.
Especially when you don't have anything on your eyes. It's not great.
Once again, Eric Hall on the sideline. Handoff to Warnament. Cal Warnament on the left side. Carries defenders down to the 1-yard line.
He's going to be denied, Nate.
Just short.
Gosh. The eyes I have on that. Peeking out of the press box here. Right there at the goal line. He tries to stretch his big frame out.
Seneca's driving inside the Benchwarmers red zone with the ball at the 1-yard line. Third down and goal.
And these Raiders, they play tough.
Yeah, they really do.
Especially after the mental miscue on their last offensive drive to set the Senecas up in such cherry position. They've been fighting, man. They're battling back here.
3rd and goal, ball at the 1. Coleman in the shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield, handoff. And Warnament plunges into the end zone for the touchdown. Tiffin Calvert on the board first with 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. Senecas on top 6-0.
And the way that Warnament has been playing already tonight, and you see him starting to get warmed up, there's a good feeling that on that drive he wasn't going to be denied. Finishes out with 6 as the Senecas go on top. We'll see here on the National Machinery replay. Once again, Senecas knocking on the door, goal line formation from the Benchwarmers red zone. And you saw Warnament just no hocus pocus, just all focus. The big hog mollies up front, clear path.
And that's the drive you needed if you're Tiffin Calvert there. They get the ball at the 35-yard line. And, you know, they had a couple of situations where, you know, 4th down, kind of shaky, but they got it figured out, Tommy, and they got the ball into the end zone. They got points on the board, and now they got a lead, and they can lean on their defense a little bit here. Because this defense, Tommy, they've been pretty lights out.
The defense has done a pretty good job of staying consistent. One of the things that they can do a little bit better is their work between the 20s, as they allow just teams to kind of get them for big chunk yardage. But when their backs against the wall, that bend but do not break mentality of these Senecas always ring true. And now they'll be set to kick off. As we talked about on the Raiders' last drive. 4th down, decided to punt out of the shotgun. The pooch punt went into the back of his own guy, caused the muff punt to where the Senecas were able to capitalize. That's going to be a short kick. And its return makes one guy miss as Lane Thacker
they'll bring it back to the 41-yard line. And that's where Lakota will take over. 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. This figures to be the last play here in the first quarter. Beautiful facilities over here in Kansas, Ohio, as we're perched in between a few cornfields over here. Very quaint setting over here. And they have packed the house here tonight. A red out, if you will.
I kid you not, Nate. You're used to seeing popcorn on the stands, but I seen actual corn kernels on the stands on the way up here to the press box. You ain't kidding when you say we're in between some cornfields out here.
Jalen Wagner in the shotgun. Slings it left side, and that is complete. As that is Nate Grigson on the reception. He's got it just about a yard past the line of scrimmage. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Tiffin Calvert leading Lakota 7-0 here at Raiders Field. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. And we're back here with Heart of Ohio Sports. We're live at Raiders Field as the Raiders have possession to start the second quarter. Pass out to the right side for Grant Bomer is incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 9 coming up here.
As we can't thank you enough for being with us live and paywall free here on Heart of Ohio Sports. As do us a favor, like, subscribe to our social media pages. Heart of Ohio Sports, take us with you wherever you go. I seen even got some viewers all the way out in San Francisco, Nate. You know, Greg, if you're going to San Francisco, you better be sure to wear some flowers in your hair.
Different roster than the one that was provided to us.
A.J. Goshi, the man in motion. 5 receivers set, empty backfield for the Raiders. 3rd and 9. Wagner back to pass. Looking, over the middle, has it, and it is picked off. intercepted as the Senecas step in front of that one. Nolan Lee comes up with the interception.
Yeah, I like that. Nolan Lee, INT, comes up big. He was pivotal last week, had an interception as well, along with Logan DeMoss here on the National Machinery Replay. Stressful situation for the Raiders there. But there are some bots commenting in the comment section, Greggy, so if you want to relieve some stress, just they got some tips for you.
A very long tip, apparently.
Jeez.
That thing was like, I can't even read all those words.
All right, once
Coleman.
again, the
Handoff.
encroachment not called.
Warnament. And no gain on the play there.
Nice tackle from the backside, it looked like there.
There's no push up front, Tommy. Big number 55, Stephen Horniak, coming in to make the stop. Yeah, Tommy, we had that call last week with Hopewell Loudon and Danville. Well, how many times did that happen in that game, that encroachment call? Where Hopewell Loudon would get them jumping. Low snap, Coleman slings it to the left. That's complete to Kimmett. Kimmett breaks out of a tackle, spins forward, and he's got the first down yardage up to midfield.
When you got these games in the middle of nowhere, you ain't trying to stick around too long. You let these ones play out. Very quickly off that interception and the ensuing drive. Now the Senecas got the ball at the 50-yard line, Nate. Chance
And
to
they
go
are
up.
moving. Nice. Oh, what a play by Cal Warnament. Breaks a couple of tackles and finds his way into open space down to about the 40-yard line. And they'll be short. No, they're going to move the chains.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing it in Warnament. Feed this kid the ball. He's, as the kids say, in his bag right now.
So the ball at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Calvert. Seneca's moving the ball from left to right. Two receivers here on the near side, one on the far side. The handoff is going to go to Nolan Lee. He takes it off the right side.
Oh, just continue.
Keeps those legs churning. And a bruising run past the 30 down to the 28-yard line for Nolan Lee.
That's why during two-a-days, those beads of sweat just pouring off of you as you push that sled. You keep them legs chopping, you keep them moving, and they give you them second chance yards, as we always talk about, Nate.
That's right.
Actually, I had bad flashbacks with that when I said get them chopping. And the Senecas continue to drive here.
Looks like a 4-receiver set. 3-receiver set. Schumacher and Warnament in the backfield. Wolf on the near side. DeMoss and Kimmett on the left side. The handoff goes to Warnament. Up the middle. Breaks a tackle. And he's going to be down inside the 20. And I see the orange marker comes out there at the end. Would the ball come out? Must have got it back. Yes, he did get it back. So Calvert ball. That orange marker always makes me go, did he throw a flag? It used to be a blue beanbag. Remember that, Tommy? The blue beanbag for the turnover? Now they made it the orange boomerang thing. I don't know what it is, but
This Raiders defense looking to show up. Had a pretty good first quarter, but now they can't allow the Senecas to get up on them.
3-receiver set. Warnament on the handoff, left side, and yep, he's going to take this into the end zone, but this is coming back, folks, as the flag flies in, and I believe guilty party will be on the Calvert offensive line. That'll be the call.
Well, that's why you wear them colors like that. That red, that's you're not going to get away with seeing that get tugged on.
That's right.
I like those uniforms, okay?
They're clean.
Patriots Color Rush uniform.
Yeah.
I like the alternates. Yeah, you bring in the reds like that. That's good stuff.
So, new look, both for the coaching and the unis. I mean, these Lakota Raiders, I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far from this young squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Resilient bunch, Tommy.
Yeah, not going away by any of the stretch of the imagination. They make you fight for every yard.
8:30 left to play here in the first half. Coleman in the shotgun. Takes the snap, handoff. Warnament up the middle. Breaks a tackle into the open and into the end zone. Cal Warnament from 27 yards out punches the ball in and puts the Senecas up 13-0.
Well, after the holding penalty took the Senecas back, Warnament just said, all right, let me get that back. And then some as he finds Bader.
So Cal Warnament plunges in for the second time here in the first half. That'll be his 4th rushing touchdown on the season.
I don't know if that was plunging in. It's like slicing and dicing his way in. That's a nice run there. Cutting his way through everybody.
And the extra point attempt is up, and it's good. Cam Lucius knocks through the extra point. And it's now 14-0 Senecas with 8:18 left to play here in the first half.
And now as the Raiders get ready to come out for this drive, this is where we'll see how this new head coach has reached their players. What do you do in the face of adversity? Do you remain calm, cool, and collective? Do you just keep going after it and getting to work? I think, again, as a player, Coach Ryan Lazier, he's come from a discipline program. He knows what it takes to win, especially the big one. And as a coach, you know, there's a reason why he was the pick and why he's one of the youngest coaches in Ohio.
Score update from our Kyle Holsinger over in Bascom as the Chieftains are taking on the Golden Bears over there. Gibsonburg takes a 7-0 lead with 2:55 left in the first half.
That game's moving along, though.
15-yard touchdown pass from Camden Mooney to Chuy Rodriguez puts the Golden Bears up 7-0 over in Bascom. Cam Lucius, short kick.
Oh, wow.
And this will be
nice heads-up play on the return.
Just fielded and just drops down right at the 42-yard line. That's a smart play there. Just, you know, you were going to take a hit if you didn't just fall down there. That was going to be, yeah, he was going to get. Let's talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by our friends at UIS Insurance and Investments. Tommy, first half has not gone the way of the Raiders, but they still have some opportunities here before we go to the locker room. What's the keys for this Raiders team here to get on the board and get back into this one?
Well, you had those mental miscues, these penalties that you got to have a short memory with. You got to come out a little bit more disciplined, a little more polished, as on your first couple drives, you were able to get the ball past the 50s, but finishing drives becomes key as you get down the stretch and remain disciplined.
Once again, keys to the game brought to you by our friends at UIS Insurance and Investments, guiding your future, securing your success.
And obviously not turning the ball.
Wagner had that one batted down at the line by the birthday boy, Cam Moyer. Cam and Connor Moyer celebrating their birthdays today.
I hate to foot the bill for that cake. I'll tell you that much right now.
Second down coming up here as Moyer gets his big bear paw up there to break that one up. Raiders look to the sideline for the play call. They have it settled into the offensive formation here. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, 1 man in the backfield. Wagner drops back to pass, slings it left side. That's good for Schilling. Avery Schilling on the reception, breaks a tackle. But he's going to have it down to about the 46-yard line. and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Folks, if you're looking for a job, National Machinery is hiring experienced machinists. Enjoy competitive wages and excellent benefits while working for the world leader in metal forming technology. Apply now at National Machinery, forging innovation, shaping the future. Third down and 7. Jalen Wagner, junior quarterback in the shotgun. 3 receivers off far to the right. Wagner bobbles the snap, slings it down the field, up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Nice play by Nate Grigson, who just kind of went up and played defensive back, Tommy.
Avoiding danger there.
They try to toss a dangerous pass into triple coverage here, and I mean, you got to just kind of discretion.
You make sure they don't come away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discretion being the better part of valor, as you just need to get rid of it.
Here's Brandon the real deal Leal on to punt for the Raiders. And he gets this one away at the 30-yard line. DeMoss fields it at the 25. And he bounces off a defender and is driven out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to call that.
With a little bit of a extra flair at the end.
DeMoss says, you're going to have to tackle me. I ain't going down that easy.
That's why I think this is kind of ticky-tacky to throw
I
the flag.
didn't like the flag there.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Like, if you're gonna make-
He's just finishing the play.
Yep, he didn't want to go down, so you got to take him down.
He's just finishing the play there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that flag. They're going to call personal foul against the Raiders there. But, I mean, Tommy, if you're in that situation as a defender, if he's fighting for extra yards, you're entitled to just finish the play, aren't you? I mean, if he gives himself up, that's when that's
coaches always
called
tell
for.
you, don't do it unless you can take the chewing. And I think I would have took a chewing there.
And the Lakota coaching staff is not happy about that one. Ryan Lozier, his face matching the jerseys on the sideline down there. He was pretty steaming red. And that will push the ball up to the 35-yard line where the Senecas will take over after the punt return by Logan DeMoss for little to no gain.
Oh, they're going to move it even more.
Another 5 yards. Okay. So he was driven out at the 25. So, yeah, that's be about right at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Senecas. Tucker Coleman in the shotgun.
Raiders showing movement off the edges. Look at there on the
Warnament on the carry.
I like that. You see there's either a counter or a trap there.
And I got a chance.
You have this backer coming off the end there, and he is just cleaned up.
I got a chance to sit and talk with Mike Lento last night coming into this game, and he's talking about how, beginning of the season, he come into this season thinking, I want to run the ball. And the hot start of young Tucker Coleman might have encouraged the coaching staff to maybe want to air the ball out a little bit, get these receivers involved. And I think his attitude last night was, we're going to get back to what we're good at. And we know we're good at running the ball. We know we got some guys up front that can maul some people. We know we got some dudes in the backfield that can run the ball. That was the sentiment I caught last night with that conversation with Mike Lento, was he wants to run the ball tonight.
I tell you this much, though, after another shaky exchange on this drive, if I'm Coach Mike Lento, I have Coleman in that center out until the sun comes up, snapping with each other, because this is
before and after practice.
Yeah, these miscues,
snap counts,
they just kill your drive.
Coleman drops the snap again, picks it up, takes off and runs with it, and he's going to be close to about the 40-yard line. They'll say he's out at the 42. So about 4 yards shy of the first down.
And again, it takes time to develop that relationship, develop that rhythm between your center and your signal caller. But when you're rolling on offense, those little things, they start to add up.
We'll send it down to our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, here after this play. As the Senecas line up here on this 3rd down and 4. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers set. Coleman takes the snap, handoff to Warniment. And he's going to be bottled up at about the 40, but second effort gets him to maybe the 41. He's going to be short of the first down. So 4th down coming up. Let's send it down to Eric Hall on the sidelines. So Eric, you're down there on the Lakota sideline today, man. What's the energy like down there?
There's a lot of frustration down on this sideline, man. When you saw Coach go out there and have a little discussion with the ref, he's been pretty upset with this ref all game. He's been yelling out before plays, watch, my D tackle's going to get held. So, I mean, there's a lot of frustration on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see it and you can hear it. Thanks for that chime in, Eric. Coleman in the shotgun, 4th and 1, handoff to Warniment. Ball's on the ground.
Oh, wow.
The Raiders pop it out on the handoff, and I think they get it back.
They got it.
I think the Raiders do have the ball. And that was a heads-up play by the defender there, as Warniment probably was going to pick that first down up, but it squirted right out of his hands on the first contact.
I tell you that right there, Nate. Down 2 scores. What a huge sigh of relief these Raiders are taking right now, breathing new life into this squad as they're going to take over on downs.
Some great energy down there from the Lakota cheer squad down there. So the ball will be at the 37-yard line. Lakota will take over there. This is what they needed, Tommy. It's exactly what they needed. 4:51 left to play here in the first half. Question is now, can they capitalize on this? They need points. Empty backfield. Wagner looks to the sideline for the play adjustment. Wagner, back to pass, slings it, left side, complete. And that is a big target there. And number 15, Nick Elkert, sophomore receiver, 6'5", 190-pound sophomore receiver, presents a nice big target out there for the junior Jalen Wagner.
I've seen Lucas Stoltz kind of come down, try to drop in on coverage, but man, that ball unassumingly came out a lot quicker than what I thought it was. I was like, man, Stoltz has got that read like a hawk.
Wagner slings it right side. That's complete for Grigson. He's got the first down, and then, shoestring tackle by Logan DeMoss. Saves a touchdown. Wow.
So after the fumble by the Senecas, Lakota takes over, and they're starting to drive. They got the ball past the 50.
Look at this tackle. I mean, you want to talk about saving a touchdown.
It was all but gone. He'll start taping his foot and ankles after this one by the shoelace.
Wagner in the backfield with Grigson. 3 receivers off far to the right. Wagner, handoff, Grigson. He's going to be peeled back and tackled after just a 1-yard gain up to the 43-yard line.
I mean, I like the way the play's drawn up, but the guys you had bunchy, they didn't even put them in any type of motion after the fact. If you're going to run that type of play, make that adjustment, try to bounce it outside and bring those two inside to try to pick up somebody off the end and that outside backer. Try to turn it up and find that edge.
Another score update from Gibsonburg Hopewell Loudon as our own Kyle Holsinger over there in Bascom for that one. 14-0 Gibsonburg on top of Hopewell in Bascom as the Chieftains get it all the way down, first and goal at the 7.
On the pump fake.
And this one's thrown deep, and it's caught. Grant Bomer on the reception all the way down at the 5-yard line.
I don't know if that pump fake was on purpose, but you saw Bomer get the separation he needed to get downfield. And now, quick offense here by the Raiders.
2:30 to play. And
now they'll call it.
And then what are they going to call, though? That's the question. Are they going to call false start because the offensive line moved?
Oh,
no, all right.
You saw the pump fake just enough.
That's the right call.
For Bomer to get up over the coverage. And, Greg, that's what you got to do. Put the ball in the hand of your playmakers. Let them have a chance at it. Come down with the play.
As I was saying, Chieftains got it down first and goal at the 7 right before halftime. Jacoby Ellis was pick sixed by Reese Walby, who took it back.
Pick 6.
90 yards. Yeah.
Wow.
90 yards. Put Golden Bears up 14-0 in the first half as they head to the halftime in Bascom.
Well, Lakota, they are knocking here. They're down 2 scores, Nate. If you're able to nip this one and cut that deficit, I like chasing 1 touchdown a lot more coming out of the locker room than 2.
Wagner on the quarterback keeper, left side. He's got the edge, but the defense is there to make the stop. Lucas Stoltz coming up and filling the hole.
That second guess right at the last second, and you have it, turn it up. Decided to try to bounce it out a little bit more. Defense was there to meet him. I think he's going to lose maybe 2 yards there, Greg.
Yeah, he was trying to get to the outside there, but
look right there, that move right there. Oh, just cut it up inside there. Ooh, yeah. And there's just a drubbing over there at Frost Cow now as Bishop Watterson on top of Columbian 34-0.
That's still in the second quarter over there.
That's rough to play 2 top 5 state-ranked opponents.
Yeah.
In a span of 3 weeks.
2 top 2 state-ranked opponents. I mean, Chardon was 1, Watterson's 2. Tornadoes do not have a forgiving schedule to start the season. Inside of a minute now. Handoff up the middle. Grigson stood up at right about the 4-yard line.
I burned a timeout here.
They're going to have to take a timeout, but they'll let that clock roll down so they don't give the Senecas much time to work with here.
I guess it is 3rd down.
3rd and goal at the 7.
Wait for that defense to step up there and just plug up that hole, stop him dead in his tracks. They had momentum going through there.
So 20 seconds left, and Raiders take a timeout here with 18 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not running no slants here. I'm going to try to find my guy, Bomer.
Take it on a fade.
Yep, in the back of the end zone.
Fade it to the pylon.
Yep. I'm glad you're reading that, Bomer.
That's right. Fade that. I mean, it's either him or the big sophomore.
Yeah, he found that success down there. Put it in the one-on-one matchup. Put it down there in the back of the end zone. Give your guy a chance at it. Because obviously, trying to take this one head up isn't doing you any favors. You're losing the down.
So a timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We'll use this time to tell you about our friends at National Machinery. Join National Machinery next Sunday, September 22nd from 1:30 to 4 p.m. for their 150th anniversary open house. Explore their state-of-the-art facility with exclusive tours. Enjoy family fun with lawn games, inflatables, a magician, and ice cream. T-Town DJ will be providing the music. It's an event you don't want to miss. It's open to the public and a perfect way to celebrate the legacy and future of National Machinery. Bring your family and friends for a day of fun with National Machinery celebrating their 150th anniversary. National Machinery, forging innovation, shaping the future. 18 seconds left here before halftime. 3rd down and 5. Folks, if you got an event you want to broadcast on the, or you want to tell people about on the broadcast, get a hold of us. Send it to us on hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Wagner, all by himself in the backfield. 3rd and goal from the 5. Trips bunched on the right side. They bring a man into the backfield. That's Grigson. Wagner going to keep it left side, and he's going to be brought down at about the 4-yard line. I think they're going to need to use another timeout here.
Oh, no, though.
I believe Wagner.
Hey, Wagner's slow to get up here.
Fell pretty awkwardly after that last play.
I don't know if you guys noticed.
I mean,
it
he
almost
just-
looked like he slipped on his first step behind the block.
Yeah, I think what happened there is he goes and tucks it, kind of loses his footing, then falls straight on the football. Perhaps might have just drove the wind out of him, but we'll see. Keep a eye on this.
Of course, timeout's brought to you by our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore. Let's take this time and tell you about our friends that helped us bring this broadcast to you live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope and Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, REDLINE Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, CLOUSE Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Wagner able to make it off the field, able to get up on his own power, walking off on his own power. That's good to see, but he is shooken up. We'll keep you updated on that one as our sideline reporter Eric Hall is down there on the Lakota side. Don't you be asking the trainer no questions, though. That's against the HIPAA rules, you know.
He's shaking his head down there. Oh, no, never. I would never do that. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too serious. Looks like it's a little painful, though.
Yeah.
Definitely not the guy you want out here on a huge 4th down, 4th and goal situation. 6 seconds left in the half. Chasing points going into the locker room.
Well, they're going to put some points on the board here as they're going to put the kicker onto the field here.
Timeout by Calvert now?
Timeout called by Tiffin Calvert.
Should be
Little
6 seconds
gamesmanship
on the
here.
clock. I don't know what's going on with the clock.
Yeah, I don't know why they would have started the clock, but
There we go. Slowly counting back up. So yeah, they're just gonna looks like they're gonna take the points here, guys.
yeah. And that's the right, I mean, that's a good call. The right call? I don't know. You don't, in this situation, I mean, your quarterback's on the sideline. You just, maybe if your quarterback's in there, you might be thinking about going for it here, but you got to get points here. You don't want to go empty-handed on this possession. You had the success to get the ball all the way down inside the 5-yard line, put the points on the board, take it to the locker room.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, you think to yourself, 4 yards to go, that's not that far, but it's obvious that it took you 3 tries already, and you haven't got it in the 10 yards there. So
Yeah, this one started from the 7.
Yeah, you gotta play the odds here. Now, me on a video game, I'd want to go for it, of course.
Yeah,
I'm a gambler.
for sure.
And then it would be the game's fault if I didn't get in.
Before we go to halftime, I'll check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, to see if he has any update on the quarterback situation for Lakota, as Brandon Leal lines up for what will be about a 20-yard field goal. He puts it up, and it is no good.
Wow.
This one went left, as I think he might have lost his footing there as he...
So now why do they get 8 seconds on the clock instead of 6?
That'll be the end of the first half. But before we head to the locker room, let's send it down to the sideline for our sideline reporter, Eric Hall. Eric, any updates on the quarterback situation for Lakota?
Yeah, he seems to be favoring his left knee. They're working on it right now. He doesn't seem to be in a huge amount of pain, but it's a knee, so I mean, it's never good.
That's right. Thanks for that input, Eric. Once again, our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, bringing you the updates right here from Raider Field. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the halftime show brought to you by our friends at Hope and Fostoria, and we'll have the marching band performance presented by FORTE music. That's all coming up next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope and Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope and Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope and Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeandfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, but you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Welcome back to Raider Field here in Kansas, Ohio. getting ready to start the second half between Tiffin Calvert and Lakota. The Raiders trail the Senecas 14-0 as we get ready to start this second half. And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Nostradamus.
The wise words of Nostradamus coming out in the second half of action as it's a 14-0 game as Lakota was driving to end the half, missed field goal, came away with no points, still chasing that 14-point lead. But here in the second half, boy, it's gonna start to heat up. Cal Warnerman, he's been feeling himself in this Calvert offense on the ground game. I expect to see a heavy dose of the run here in the second half by these Senecas and a chance to push this one out even further. Defense has to come out, be super stout, but if Calvert is able to get up another score and they open up this run game and they start controlling the tempo, that's going to tell you all you're going to need to know here in the second half. For the Lakota Raiders, I think if they minimize mistakes and capitalize off of key situations and come away with some points and finish some drives, they might be able to get back in this one, but you're going to have to do it early because, again, those wise words from Nostradamus has these Senecas continuing to run the bell cow running back, Cal Warnerman, all the way to pay dirt and all the way to the win column for the next 24 minutes.
So we'll see if the words of Nostradamus do indeed come true. Once again, you're tuned in here on the Halftime Show, brought to you by our friends at Hope and Fostoria. Excellent performance by both marching bands, brought to you by our friends at Forte Music. Let's thank our sponsors one more time before we get started here in the second half. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope and Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, REDLINE Lawn Care, Little Hugos, DAH Wraps, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, CLOUSE Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. Once again, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We're getting ready to start this second half, and the Senecas will open up the second half with the offensive possession, or at least the opening kickoff anyway. We'll see how the kickoff goes here, Tommy, as Brandon Leal, the real deal, lines up to tee it off. Leal with at least two 50-plus yarders last year. Made a name for himself. And the Raiders getting ready to kick off here. We'll take a look at some of the scores from around the area. We've got some surprises around here, folks. As this kickoff fielded at the 25-yard line, Lucas Stoltz on the return, and he carries some defenders forward for a few extra yards up to about the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. That's where the Senecas will take over. Currently in Bascom, Gibsonburg leading Hopewell Loudon 14-7. Once again, that game is in the third quarter, as it was 14-0 Gibsonburg at half. And the Hopewell Loudon Chieftains find the end zone for the first time on a 7-yard Braylon Martinez touchdown catch. We'll get you updated on some other scores from around the area after this play here. Shotgun formation for the Senecas. Tucker Coleman in the shotgun. Two backs back there, two receivers off to the right. The handoff is going to go to Warnerman, and he is swallowed up in the backfield, dropped for a loss. A big-time stop by that Raiders defense as they drive them backwards 3 yards there, Tommy. 2nd and 13 coming up.
Yeah, Max Nordhaus on the play, 6'3", 245, and he is a Nordhaus.
Let's take a look at some scores from around the area as the Cary Blue Devils lead the Upper Sandusky Rams 33-0 at halftime. Here's a surprise one for me anyway. Mohawk on top of Colonel Crawford 28-7. That game at halftime as well. As the Eagles off to a hot start The Warriors, just that week 1 loss, they've been pretty hot through these last couple weeks themselves. Over the middle, that pass was tipped, nearly picked off. Avery Schilling there to make the play defensively.
Good adjustment by the defensive coordinator, kind of called that press coverage there. And nice response by the Raiders, who now, what a nice start to this one. 3rd and 14 here at the top of the 3rd quarter. The exact type of drive that you need out of these Raiders defensively to try to get themselves back into this one.
Shotgun formation, Tucker Coleman. 1 man back there with him. 2 receivers here on the near side. They bring Carter Wolf in motion to the right. Handoff, Ornament left side. And he skips ahead for a few yards past the 40, and a flag flies in at the end of the play here. We'll see what the call is. Some extracurriculars at the end of that one.
Again, these fouls, these penalties, they definitely put the stop to a good ball game every time. That was the problem in the first half, Nate. A lot of 3rd and 15 situations, a lot of long down and distance situations. That is going to be called on the Senecas.
So that'll negate a 5-yard gain. And since that's after the play, Tommy, the play will stand. So that'll push the ball back. It'll be 3rd down and about 23, maybe 25 yards.
And just like that, how quick was that, Greg? To where you ride in the lead, 14-point lead into the locker room. You should be able to come out with your hair on fire, and you come out rough here to start the second half.
Sorting all kinds of things out here. You got the coach out on the field there talking to the ref. You know, guys, we talked about being excited to be here for this one because of the special game here with the homecoming. And you would have known that if you checked out the website and checked out this week's Heart of Ohio Sports Observer, guys. Make sure you go check that out on the website.
Oh, nothing gets you prepped better, and I know that from experience. And reading what Kyle Holsinger and Josh Morgret, who are just legends in the press around the area covering high school sports. We got award-winning writers that contribute to our website. Again, you got a lot of wealth of experience up here in the press box and also down there covering these games out there in the sticks and on the sidelines.
Yeah, we know how the true sports fans are. They can never get enough, so that's where you get your little extra reading in there and get you prepped for these games every week. When's that usually come out on Wednesdays there, guys?
That's right. Usually Wednesdays. The last 2 weeks it's been coming out on Thursday. Josh Morgret just took a position over in Sandusky with the Sandusky Register, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's now the lead sports writer over there for the Sandusky Register. So he's had a little bit more responsibilities to his plate now, and I imagine that's probably a contributing factor as to why.
Just coming in a little later than usual with the articles.
Yeah. But I would say definitely look for it by Thursday. It'll be there. So Hopewell Loudon ties it up now, 14 apiece.
Oh.
As they took a short field off of a Gibsonburg fumble, and Kellen Frankert scored on a 4-yard sweep to the left. 4:54 left in the third. Kyle Holsinger over there on that one.
So if you know anything about Hopewell Loudon, they weren't going to just roll over on.
Lucas Stoltz with another great punt, but it does not take a friendly roll for Tiffin Calvert. As the Raiders will take over at their own 43-yard line. But that was a great punt by Lucas Stoltz once again.
Great punt, and how about a great defensive stand there by the Raiders, guys, to open up the second half.
Big time stand by that Raider defense.
Then anytime you can keep them pinned in their own territory to start a drive, I mean, that's at least a positive for these Senecas coming off of that failed opening drive. And now another bite at the apple. These Raiders come out onto the field. They were shied away to close out the first half. after a missed field goal. We'll see what, with Wagner back in the game, what they dial up here to start the third.
Empty backfield, Jalen Wagner in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side, 2 here on the near. They bring Grigson in motion. They look to him, pump fake. Now Wagner going to throw it out to Grigson, and he drops an incomplete pass.
How about that protection there, guys? He had all day to throw.
Yeah, Calvert bringing 3 hands down. You got to find the mismatch there in the flat. And I think that's exactly what Lakota did, just unable to. I mean, there's no excuse for that. Remember the rule. You put your hands on it, you got to catch it. That's the. There's
he had
nothing else
so
you
much.
can say.
He had so much time on that one. He had enough time to pump fake and then look off the coverage and then come back down to his check down.
Looked very comfortable back there.
Once again, empty backfield for Jalen Wagner. 3 receivers off to the right or off to the left. 2 here on the near side. Wagner slings it left side. That's complete. Elkert on the reception. The sophomore receiver back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, they're really trying to get this short passing game working here tonight.
Well, that's the thing, Greg, is, again, you talk about how this defense kind of spread out. You get these quick outs, and you're starting from behind the sticks. This defense is quick to pursue. You ain't gonna be able to start too many plays from behind the stick and get positive yardage out of that against the Senecas defense.
John Schumacher at corner and Lucas Stoltz at the other corner. I happen to notice on the way up here to the press box, Xavier Kimmett making his way off the field and possibly away from the facility. We'll obviously keep you up to date on that one as we find out more information, but I don't think he'll be coming back. That one batted at the line once again. Cam Moyer gets those big bear paws up there and swats it down.
Well, you see on that play what's designed there. You had that trip look over to the right. When you break out of that, you expect the linebacker to follow up over top along with the safety as those 2 guys go out, allowing Bomer to just come across the middle, Greg. But that big bear paw getting up.
That's not even fair. Moyer's, close to 7 foot tall. He puts his arms up. He's about 12 feet tall.
Yeah. So he puts that big bear paw up, cuts that pass off from over the middle, which would have got to the sticks and more.
DeMoss back on the return.
And they open up here with a punt.
And DeMoss thinks about it and then decides not to. That hit, I think that touched the Calvert return man. I think that touched Nolan Lee. No, I don't think they're going to call it, but I thought that looked like it did touch a Calvert return man.
I wish I would have got on the replay on that one.
If you don't
guys.
get that off rip, they're not going to call that. So their opening drive started from the 39. This one will start right from the 29 as the Senecas take over after the punt. Coleman in the gun. He's got 2 on his hip, each side. And it's a hand up. It's an ornament.
Short gain on the play there. Actually, we'll give him 4, so 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's a nice blocking up by Nolan Lee out of the back.
Over on the X stream, you can find the Tiffin Columbian and Bishop Watterson game where the Eagles are on top of Tiffin Columbian 44-0 in the 3rd quarter.
I don't know if you want to find that.
Over at Frost County Stadium. Coleman on the handoff, Warnament right side. He's got some running room. Ooh. Nice block on the outside there by John Schumacher. And now, Warnament still on his feet. Breaks the tackle, spins, reverses field, and he's now looking to set up more blocks to the 35, to the 30, and he's down at the 30-yard line.
All that's missing is the Benny Hill music. As that play, that's the definition of extending a play.
Wow. Let's see how much of that I could even capture. That went on forever there, guys. I was waiting to hit the replay, and he just kept going and going and going.
And there he's got him cut off.
Wow.
Now get the right, just the very end of it.
That was one of those plays where you gain 20 yards, but you actually ran 50 yards. Just running all over the place, all over the field.
We have an injured player down on the field here. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency, providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Sam Schelt Palm, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. And we're back here at Raider Field in Kansas, Ohio. 8:36 left to play here in the third quarter. Calvert with the ball at the Raider 31-yard line as they drive right to left. Looking to punch their way into the Benchwarmers red zone.
This one's just turning into a dogfight.
4 receivers set, 1 man in the backfield. Tucker Coleman takes the snap. Pump fake. Ooh! Now he slings it out on the left, and that is incomplete. Intended for Logan DeMoss, who was hit as he threw it. I'll tell you, if he would have had a chance to step into that one, that might have been. He had one-on-one with Logan DeMoss out on the outside. Well, that's what you want.
DeMoss almost got back to that one.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, you see here Wagner with the pressure on Coleman. Just licking his fingers like I was during the commercial break after eating some popcorn. Pressure on the quarterback. Unable to get out of it.
Second down. 3 receivers here on the near side. Tucker Coleman in the shotgun with Cal Warnament. Warnament takes the handoff. Actually, that's Nolan Lee on the carry. And Nolan Lee pushes it down to about the 26-yard line. And that's a nice change of pace there between Lee and Warnament. Warnament doing that dirty work between the tackles. Nolan Lee gives you a little bit more of a lightning look, but he still does that dirty work for you too. He's getting those extra yards here tonight.
Yeah, Lee's that kind of guy that you disguise in that trap or counter. You can send him into a blocking back at any minute. Hand it off to Warnament. I mean, once you get 2 running backs rolling, Nate, it's hard to account for both.
Hey, Greggy, he's pretty familiar with that blocking back role, isn't he? He said blocking back, and I'm like, hey, that's what he played when he played for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you want to provide me some context here?
I was just going to say, man, he's just so good because he was taught by the best coaches in the world.
Oh, yeah. Is that one of your guys, I take it, then?
Yep. Got a timeout down here?
Timeout on the field. Timeout's brought to you by our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore. Tommy, let's revisit the keys to the game brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Now, you talked about the keys for Tiffin Calvert. Obviously, this run game kind of is leading the way for them here tonight. But for Lakota, they're really searching for answers offensively so far here tonight. They've had a couple of drives that kind of got moving a little bit, but they came up empty. And really, they've got to find something offensively to move the ball. What do you think the key is for this Raiders team here in the second half?
I mean, it's an unenviable task to try to get yourself in rhythm, especially when you got a lot of guys that can make plays and keep drives alive for you. But in some instances, Lakota keeps giving themselves a second chance at a drive, but then they'll immediately go back and they become their own worst enemy with a mental miscue or just 2 plays that go for nothing. You gotta dial it up a little bit. I know it's a old adage and old cliche, but when you get your chance with the ball, you got to make something happen, especially when you're chasing this 14-point deficit. The Senecas aren't going to give you too many chances at it. And you got to make the most out of it with the time you got left with 7:06 here in the third quarter.
That's absolutely right, Tommy. 14-0, Tiffin Calvert on top. And the Senecas have it with 3rd and 5 coming up.
Which isn't ironic, both scoring drives by the Senecas came off the turnovers.
Yeah.
And those were the only turnovers of the game and the only points.
3 receivers set. Coleman trying to get the defense to jump. They get back.
I was going to say try.
Obviously ain't calling that on the hard count tonight.
The flag flies in from the back judge here. Actually, that's the... Yeah, I believe that's going to be delay a game against the offense.
Is there even a play clock down here in this?
I don't see one. It's mental, Greg. It's in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that? Take a 3rd and 5 now, make it a 3rd and 10?
3rd and 10 coming up here for the Senecas.
Big time difference there.
Oh, man. The 2 words extra duties have never rang so true than what these 2 teams would be facing Saturday morning after this one. Because, man, I'm telling you, these penalties, there's just no excuse for it.
Coleman down the right sideline, got a man into the end zone.
Is he out of bounds?
That looked good.
They're going to say touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. John Schumacher on the reception from 30 yards out, and the Senecas on 3rd and 10. A deep pass from Tucker Coleman to John Schumacher puts the Senecas up 20-0.
Look at that pass. Look at the placement, guys. Wow.
Freshman.
Wow.
Again, a cool hand, Tucker Coleman, remaining calm, cool, collective in the pocket, throws a dart and finds pay dirt. Put more points on the board.
Look at those crossbars are so short. It's so funny looking when the ball goes so high.
So Senecas punch in the extra point, and it is 21-0. 6:57 left to play here in the third quarter.
Well, now these Raiders, I mean,
it's got to be a little deflating.
Those chances starting to become fewer. That you really got to get something going here on this drive, especially after allowing another touchdown. The Raiders defense, they've held tough, but you can't let your defense do it all for you.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ty.
I really do feel like Calvert's giving you every chance to come back in this one. It's up to you to how you want to respond.
So Senecas will kick off here. Back deep to return for Lakota is, I believe that's Grigson and Schilling. Nate Grigson and Avery Schilling back deep to return for the Raiders. We'll check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Hall, after this kickoff. Check on the status of the quarterback, Jalen Wagner, after he was down with an injury in the first half. He seems to be okay here in the second half, but we'll check in with Eric on the injury status here after this play. Cam Lucius tees it up. For Tucker Coleman, that was his 3rd touchdown pass of the season. And Cam Lucius gets the boot into this one. It's a high kick. It's fielded at the 27-yard line by Elkert. And Elkert he brought down right about the 28-yard line.
So by the time that ball came down and landed, there was white jerseys already right there.
Yeah.
Now, Eric, you're down there on the Lakota sideline. Is there any sense of deflation down there, or any? You feel like the wind's kind of going out of the sails, or are they undeterred here after going down another score?
Yeah, there's not a lot of excitement down here on the sidelines right now.
What about the quarterback, Jalen Wagner? How's he doing down there?
It doesn't seem to be limited at all. He's got that left knee taped up pretty good, but it doesn't seem to be limiting him.
All right, we'll keep you updated throughout the game on that one, folks. Thanks for the update. As I see Wagner not in the game now, as Elkert at quarterback slings it out on the right. That's incomplete.
So he is limited.
We're going to go to Eric Hall for the gridiron gossip.
Well, you know, it wasn't an official update because of HIPAA laws.
Say, where were you on that one,
That's
Eric?
why it's the gridiron gossip. It's just gossip.
He allegedly could be in the game.
My sources tell me that he might be here tonight.
Hopa Loudon takes a 20-14 lead over Gibsonburg with 9:08 left in the fourth quarter.
See what we got
Elkert
here.
slings it
Look
down
at
the field.
Oh, wow.
What a play by John Schumacher.
Yeah, what a breakup. That one was going to be caught in stride. 4-6, I believe, Nate.
Yeah, if Schilling would have caught that, he's probably gone.
Yeah.
Wow. I hope I caught that one.
And you only get to draw that up over top maybe once or twice a game.
I just missed it, man. He jumped up so high. It's like,
Yeah, Schumacher just got the very, 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 like a pinky nail.
wow.
It's a good thing he didn't cut his nails this morning, because that was all that separated him and that catch going for 6.
Just scraping the edge of the ball.
Elkert back in the backfield once again. Nick Elkert stands back there by himself. Looking, steps up into the pocket, going to take off and run with it.
Oh.
He's hit and dropped. Carter Cook on the stop, as well as Sam Morgan in there on the stop as well. Decent pickup. 4th and 5 coming up, maybe about 6. It's decision time here for the Raiders. They got to keep that offense on the field, but they're going to send out the punt unit here. 6:16 left in the third quarter. Still a lot of ball game left to play here, Tommy. And if you can get your defense to come up with another stop or maybe even a turnover, it's better than giving them the ball back here at the 35-yard line, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in more of a hole than you're already in.
The credit to this tough Seneca's defense.
Whew. Leo gets that one away at the 45. It's going to roll. DeMoss picks it up at the 35, and he's going to be slammed down to the ground at the 35-yard line.
I thought I saw a flag fly in.
I believe that was Bryson Ward on the stop there for the Raiders.
No, that's the thing, is if you're...
There it is. Yeah, there's a flag out there.
Yeah, because again, DeMoss trying to do the stiff arm and the extended arms by the defender. He just held on for dear life and pulled him down.
Is they saying face mask on that? Is that what he just said?
Yeah, I believe it would be the face.
Maybe he got his hand up in there when he went to grab for him, because, yeah, he whipped him down there.
Yeah,
so the Senecas
maybe seen a horse collar a little bit.
Will take over at midfield after the penalty.
I got a guy that gets stiff armed gets called for the face mask.
Two backs in the backfield, 3 receivers set, shotgun formation. Coleman takes the snap, handoff to the left. Cal Warnament trying to find some running room, and he carries the defender forward to about the 41-yard line. But man,
that's a heck of a block off the edge.
And that cutback lane has been there for him all game.
Well, if you guys think about that penalty there too, Lakota might as well have just went for it with where they were on 4th down.
Yeah.
They pretty much gave Calvert the ball right back in midfield. That penalty was huge.
5:20 left here in the third quarter. 21-0 Calvert. Here from Raider Field in Lakota, in Kansas, at Lakota High School. Beautiful high school over here for the Raiders. One of the best basketball facilities you'll find in the area. Boy, they are just not not going to call that at all. Nolan Lee on the handoff as he got it up to about the 34-yard line. I'm like flabbergasted up here how many times I've seen the defense jump into the neutral zone
Well, how many
not called?
Well, yeah, and how many games have we watched where somebody's moved and you barely even noticed it and they've called that? These are very, very obvious movements out here.
And it's week 4, Tommy. What do we say? Gotta hold your water. .435 left here in the third. Shotgun formation. Coleman
lined up offsides.
Handoff. Cal Warnament on the carry. Has it forward to about the 30-yard line.
So you can jump, not be offsides. You can line up offsides, still be not be offsides. But these Senecas, they're continuing to drive. And Greg, like, gosh, you just kick yourself thinking of how that plays out. And that comes down to discipline. Again, the penalties is what's really reared its ugly head and really has been the difference maker on a lot of these drives for both squads. And it comes down to who makes the least amount of mistakes.
And this was a drive that Lakota needed to get a stop on here.
Once again, into the neutral zone. Coleman fires that one down the right sideline. Oh, he nearly caught. But he just threw that one up for grabs, man. And Logan DeMoss only just about came down with it.
That play was bowling shoe ugly. That's just another difficult exchange. Coleman just kind of picks it up out of the dirt, tries to make something out of it. Brings up a 3rd and 6.
Man, you got to have some trust in your receivers.
Well, this is a big. They say big down for the Raiders here.
It's a big one.
Facing this 3rd and 6.
It's a Moyer-sized 3rd down here, guys.
I'm pretty sure this is still 4-down territory for the Senecas. Oh, they just had.
Wow.
Look at the speed off the edge as Warnament takes the handoff. You had a few guys who, any other back, they're dead to rights in the backfield. I don't know where this kid turned the jets on there in the backfield to escape the defender and just turn it up and turn it loose on the outside. Said Dwight Yoakam here. Look at that, right off the outside edge.
Turn me up, turn me loose.
Yeah.
1st and 10 inside the Benchwarmers red zone. Ball at the 15-yard line. 21-0 Senecas. Calvert driving. Handoff Nolan Lee off the right side. Bounces it. Carries it to the outside, and he's going to be near the 1st down marker.
You get a jump on the ball or you get a read on that play, just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
No time to second guess. That's second time.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You had a defender back there in the. What's that, Greg?
We had a Raider down on the other side of the field there at the end of that play.
Yeah, over on the sideline. That's not what you want to see there.
No.
We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink. And we're back here at Raider Field here at Lakota High School. Nate Mullins Tommy Hall on the call with you. We got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the 1s and 2s. Eric Hall in the bathroom. On the sideline for us tonight.
That was awesome in the bathroom too. I ain't just putting the camera on the play. I'm gonna get slapped later for that one.
Handoff, Warnament left side.
Oh, so
just
close.
Just short of the goal line. I believe that's Nolan Lee on the carry.
Oh, if looks could kill Greg, he'd be pushing up daisies and she looked right up here.
We have another injured player on the play as I believe that's Nick Elkert struggling to get up. And that's not what you want to see there.
Or that.
We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more. 3:04 left here in the third quarter. Senecas lead 21-0 on Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
And we're back here at Raiders Field. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall up here in the press box with you. First and goal at the 1. Handoff, Cal Warnament.
Wow.
Lunges his way in for a touchdown. That'll be his third rushing touchdown on the day.
He was stood up right at the goal line and just literally stood up himself and pushed forward. And he's like, come on, let's go. That's some strength right there.
That was 27, right?
I believe it was. Yeah, well, let's see if I got it on the replay here. We'll find out.
Yeah, it's 27. All right.
Yeah, let him just push the whole pile there.
Warnament with 3 rushing touchdowns puts the Senecas on top 27-0.
That's the exact opposite on that drive there, guys, that we talked about the Raiders needed. You needed a stop. Not only did you not get the stop, but you gave up a whole nother touchdown. It's getting ugly now.
Score update from Hopewell Loudon Gibsonburg. Chieftains tack on to their lead. 27-14 now is the score as Braylon Martinez with a 42-yard touchdown run. 3:29 left in the game. Chieftains with 27 unanswered points in that one. As the Golden Bears started out 14-0 at halftime. Chieftains with 27 points since the start of the second half.
Tommy, I thought you told me Peyton Manning said there was no halftime adjustments. Sounds like it. Sounds like Cad's got them boys fired up over there in Baskin.
Some more score updates from around the area. Bishop Watterson all over Tiffin Columbian, 51-7. You can find that over on the X stream. Clyde behind St. Francis de Sales right now, 19-13 is the score in that one. Sandusky leading Padua Franciscan 21-0. Bellevue on top of Norwalk 21-10. Mohawk still leading Colonel Crawford 28-7. That's in the third quarter. Seneca East on top of Winford 29-15. And that one in the fourth quarter.
One of those local teams starting to take over, take back the N10 over there.
Carey on top of Upper Sandusky 40-3. Perkins leading Harvest Prep 21-14. I'm telling you,
that's
Tommy,
not a school.
They're one of the best schools in Ohio right now in Division 4, and that is a tough team. That was one of the games that was highlighted in the top 10 games to watch this week on heartofohiosports.com.
What are the Harvest Prep? What's their mascot?
A farmer? I have no idea. A corn stalk. I'll tell you guys, over the years that we've been doing this now, how many schools have we learned the names of that I didn't even know existed in this state? Like, you going to where to play who now?
So what happens when you extend your coverage to everybody in your local area and not just your hometown?
That's right. 5 receivers set here. Nick Elker in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Going to step up. Going to have to take off and run with it. And he's going to be brought down just past the line of scrimmage as Carter Cook cleans him up at the end of that one.
Looks like he has good composure back there. Like,
he does.
His vision, the way he looks down the field and maintains being calm. It's good qualities in a quarterback you want back there.
2:14 left here in the third quarter. Senecas on top 28-0. Raiders with the possession. 5 receivers set here as sophomore quarterback Nick Elker slings it out to the right, complete for Grant Bomer. Bomer makes a man miss and gets it up to the 40-yard line. Good for a Raiders first down.
Well, it's not a touchdown, but again, you get a first down for the first time in a little bit.
Yeah, they've been few and far between here tonight.
Normally it's the penalty that negates it, and then you're back behind the 8 ball trying to convert on 2nd and 20.
Way to wrangle that one.
Back to pass.
Uh-oh.
Pressure, steps up. Nope, he's going to take off and run.
Wow.
Fakes out the defender. And he picks up about 4 up to the about 45-yard line.
I don't know if Cam Moyer's going to be happy about leaving his cleats back at the 40, but
I don't think open field tackling isn't really his MO. You know, they call him Big Mo, but I don't think that's his MO. You know.
Yeah, you just kind of you do what you can to get around the wall.
2nd down and 6.
And if you're lucky, he's
sneak past it.
Yeah.
I try to sneak around Moyer, but I only got half tank gas.
Reception out on the right side by Bomer. That's going to be short of the first by about 2 yards, if they're lucky. We'll check in with Eric Hall down on the sideline here after this 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Raiders. See if he has any update on the Jalen Wagner injury status.
Got to pick this up here and keep this drive going.
So tuck it up and run.
They bring a man in motion. They hand it off to the motion man, and he has stood up and dropped in the backfield for a loss.
Man, that defense.
A big-time stop. And we have an injured player on the field. He was down and went down as soon as he made the tackle.
Yeah, handoff to Harmon.
And
I thought it was going to look like it was going to be on the keeper there, Nate, but try to bounce it to the outside. Get a great stop by the defense, but we got a player down.
We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
And we're back here at Raiders Field in Kansas, Ohio. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg the Wizard Kinn up here in the press box. Austin Rodriguez on the camera. Eric Hall down on the sidelines. 4th and 5 coming up here for the Raiders. They keep the offense on the field. 5 receivers set. Nick Elker, sophomore quarterback, stands in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. He's got it. Rolls to the left. Looking. Gonna have to take off and run for it, and he's gonna be short.
Wow.
Cal Warnament coming up to make the stop.
I think they might.
It's going to be close.
I think they're going to be generous with it.
It's going to be close.
That's really close. I think if it's that close, you give it to him.
I think he extended out and got it.
Yeah, if it's that close, you got to give it to him. Let's talk with Eric Hall. I think he's trying to chime in there on the sideline. What's that, Eric?
Yeah, it looked from my angle like he got it. That second effort.
Oh, and now they're going to call for the chains.
Let me see if we got anything on the replay with that one. Why I did that. Oh, apparently we got nothing there.
What do they got to measure it for? The sticks are right there in front of the ball. What, are you going to bring the field to midfield so you can measure?
They're going to pick up the ball and move the ball. Oh, wow, guys. I don't know. Is it really?
And they're saying he's just short.
Wow.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you what's crazy, guys. We've been doing this, and when you do these games with camera angles and stuff, sometimes things look a little different from the angle that you're pointing it at.
Yeah.
So from the camera shot here, I thought that they were going to say that one just barely crossed, but yeah, they're going to call it just short.
Well, and Eric even said down there he thought they might have got it.
I would think he even extended past where the marker was as he went out, so I thought it was more than good, but
I guess it just depends on where he actually went out, and that's hard for us to see from over here.
So when they flip the field, they're past the marker.
Yeah.
Shut up.
What? They flip the field, they spot
on the other
ball,
side
they
of
take
it.
over on
Yes,
down, and it's past the marker.
3 receivers set. Tucker Coleman in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Handoff. Nolan Lee on the carry. Into the open, and he's down past the 35 to the 32-yard line. Nolan Lee on the carry.
It's a way to end that third quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. Tiffin Calvert on top of Lakota, 28-0. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more high school football right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent Sam Schelt Palm for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're live here in Kansas, Ohio from Raider Field. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kinn on the 1s and 2s. Austin Rodriguez on the camera. And Eric Hall down on the sidelines. Senecas start the fourth quarter with a 28-0 lead and possession with a first down coming up.
Dakota turned the ball over. Not getting any home cooking here. If you're not getting any home cooking, go ahead and call Benchwarmers XCARET. I'll get you covered there.
That's right. Coleman back to pass, looking, delivers down the right sideline, and that is complete. Nice. Logan DeMoss with a sliding catch at the 16-yard line.
Is that a flag there? Yeah.
No.
And this one's coming back. Some laundry on the field. Coach Gridiron
realized this game is extended. Taking the sails, wins out of his sails.
He's got reservations, Tommy.
Not getting paid by the hour as this one continues to roll on after the penalty.
What a nice catch that was, too. Just wiped away there.
So 1st and 20. Coleman, handoff to Warnerman.
He
swallowed up and dropped in the backfield.
Yeah, that's what the Raiders needed there all night long. Is get right on top of that and shut it down.
Big number 55 in on the stop, Stephen Horniak.
Let's leave that one.
I was waiting for you to have something.
No,
nope.
I know my.
You're gonna leave that sleeping dog lie.
Wait, what was that name again?
It's been a great broadcast, I'll tell you. Even though we got a little late started here, I'm glad we ended up doing it because we almost didn't. We almost said, you know what? Not enough room.
A lot of broadcasters set up in the coach's box.
Coleman slings it down the left sideline and complete. He was looking for his receiver, Logan DeMoss. Third and long coming up here for the Senecas. They need to get it to the 22-yard line to convert on this first down. Ball marked at the 43-yard line. So 3rd and 21 coming up.
How many times have you seen that scenario?
Yeah.
3rd and 21, 3rd and 23, 3rd and 20. I mean, it's just been
for both teams too.
Yeah. This game's has about as much discipline as my diet.
3rd and 21. Coleman sends a man in motion. Nolan Lee settles on the right side of the formation. Tucker Coleman takes the snap. We're going to have an illegal procedure against the Senecas. This one down the middle, and it's going to be picked off. As the interception will be made. Now, the illegal formation is going to go against the Senecas, but the Raiders can decline that and take the interception here.
Yeah, because if it's on the other side of things, that's a free play.
Yeah, if they're offsides, that's different, but that's an illegal procedure. And the penalty's declined, of course. So the Raiders will take over.
Interesting question there from viewer Matt Bean.
Why ain't they running the ball up 28 in the fourth quarter? You know, Matt, that's a great question.
Sometimes you want to get those reps in with a young quarterback.
Yeah. I think that's part of what you're seeing here. Freshman quarterback. They want to get him as many reps as possible. You got a tough matchup next week with Gibsonburg.
Especially those game time reps. Man, this area, they just don't have it easy, do they?
No.
I think Gibsonburg's going to be mad coming off of a loss to Hopewell Loudon in that contest.
And that's in Gibsonburg.
Yeah. Oh. Don't envy the Senecas.
Well, and then the next week, they got Lucas coming to Frost County. It's a meat grinder for these Senecas. Ball at the 14-yard line, shotgun formation. They fake the handoff. Elkert looks back to the left. He's got an open receiver, and it's dropped.
Oh, no. Wow.
They're going to say incomplete pass to Grigson.
I thought he took possession of that and made a football move, but it's a drop pass. Just knocked it out of him.
Man. You know, it came in from behind him there, and he kind of turned around to make that move.
Yeah, because the defender was late getting there. He got there right when
I would say that we couldn't see if he ever actually had full possession as he spun around there, you know. That's what the refs call.
He caught it, made a move, took a step, and got tackled.
That's a heck of a job to come back for that one, too, though. You saw that the angle there on the camera shot where that pass was coming in. He had to kind of lean back out to the outside and grab that one.
That's also a heck of a hit to leave it up to question.
Elkert back to pass, under pressure, rolls to his right, looking, slings it down the field, incomplete.
Oh, wow.
And just gets his receiver cleaned there on the sideline.
Just trying to put it up high, keep it a safe pass, but yeah, like you said, Tom, it put you in danger like that.
We're almost there, Tom, I promise you.
A.J. Goshi, the intended receiver.
Oh, we agree, Bemmy. The only way for these Senecas to lose this game at this point is to continue that passing attack through the air. Sometimes you just want to grind on a team, control the tempo, and get yourself out of here. But these Raiders not going softly into that quiet night there.
Elkert rolls to the right. Evades pressure, slings it, and it's incomplete.
He threw that with a man hanging off the back.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I believe this will force a punt for the Raiders offense here, as after the turnover, they were unable to move the ball offensively.
Punt?
Well, I mean,
what's it matter if it's a little or a lot by this point? I mean, you got you had your last bite at the apple. This is.
So Brandon Leal with his heels on the goal line, ready to punt this one away.
I thought you were going to keep Ryman there for a second.
And he gets this one away. It's a high punt, hits down at the 50, and it'll roll out of bounds. No,
he's in bounds. Is that a 60-yard punt?
Wow. I can't believe I didn't go out of bounds there.
Shut me up.
Yeah, that was a 50, about a 50-yard punt there. I mean, if you count where he was standing.
Yeah, from where he's standing on the goal line, so yeah.
That was a 60-yard punt.
Yeah.
Let's see if I caught any of that nice crazy roll there down the sideline.
I thought it was going out.
Look at it.
It was a great roll, but it wasn't even that big a one. I mean, he booted that.
It rolled, what, maybe 8 yards or so, something like that?
I really hope somebody's doing some recruiting for this Leal. Because this guy's got a leg on him.
Well, and the versatility of the young man now, being able to punt and kick.
Yeah.
Bad snap. Schumacher picks it up off the ground.
Is that a snap?
I don't even know
right
if it was
Schumacher?
I don't think it was a bad snap. I think it was just a mishandled snap, as that one was right to Schumacher. Now, Schumacher is their quarterback when they go to like this wildcat look, a little bit of a flex bone kind of look. Wishbone, if you will, but they have the 4 backs in the backfield. And Schumacher presents the quarterback look, but more of an old school quarterback.
He's still out there in quarterback role, ain't he? Yep.
They have a diamond set in the backfield. Schumacher
all the options
rolling
in the
to the
world.
right. And he's going to be stopped.
Someone's been watching their tape. Someone's been watching their Tenora tape.
Right. Tenora. The Rams. So 3rd down and 10 coming up here. Schumacher's going to stay in the game at quarterback. You think maybe Lento's keeping him in at running back just to avoid the temptation of trying to throw the ball with Tucker Coleman?
I was about to say, I was like, that completely refutes our argument of why they continue to pass if you can take the young signal caller out.
3rd down and 10 with the ball at the 40-yard line. 4 backs in the backfield once again. Schumacher, handoff, Warnament. He dives forward, stumbles forward for about a 2-yard gain, and this will force the Calvert Senecas to punt.
If you see that diamond bunch, that's something you're going to have to work on a little bit more in practice, because you got 2 or 3 guys leaning to which way the play is going to go. And it's hard to disguise that, Nate, when you know where it's going.
So they're going to keep the offense on the field here on 4th downs. No, actually, sorry, I didn't see Lucas standing back there. The window blocked him from my view. And this is Avery Schilling on the return, and he's going to go backwards. Great punt once again by Lucas Stoltz, as this one will pin the Raiders inside their 20-yard line. And Lucas Stoltz has been a bright spot for this special teams unit for the Senecas this year, as his punting has really helped sway the field position for the Senecas in multiple games here, Tommy.
Oh, absolutely. This one continues to roll on. You know, some of these takeaways, you're starting to see a little bit of that emergence of Tucker Coleman, but you're still trying to see Calvert really establish that identity. 28 points here tonight, 28 points in their first game when they were able to dispatch Mohawk, but then 19 points over the last 2 games. So that offense, they had a lot of questions left to be answered after that 2-game stretch, but they come out here tonight, put some great points up on the board, but is it enough to convince you of whether or not they're ready for Gibsonburg going into the next week, Nate?
They bring a man in motion. Elkert back to pass, looking, slings it over the middle, complete. And that is Schilling on the reception. Close to the first down, they should give it to him, but they might say he's about a centimeter short. That's exactly what it is. You could slide a credit card between the ball and the first down marker, but hey, they do give it to him. All right.
That just took long enough.
First down for the Raiders.
As I said to the troll at the bridge, I was a Schilling short.
4 receivers off to the right, 1 here on the near side. That's Avery Schilling.
Drop back into coverage.
Elkert slings it down the left sideline, and it's intercepted.
Wow.
Lucas Stoltz on the interception.
I think they're going to call the pass interference on that, though, because Stoltz kind of pushed off and came up for the pass. Like, hey, let me get at that. I know it's coming. You got two in double coverage there, and Stoltz kind of came back for it. We'll see. Is that going to be on Calvert?
We'll see what the call is, but that's probably what it is, Tommy. He had plenty of separation there between him and the receiver.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was just the look I got at it. It's kind of like, all right, get out of here. Listen, this is mine.
I didn't catch it there fast enough.
That one's going to go against the defense, so it will negate the interception for Lucas Stoltz.
It's not a spot foul, so the penalty yardage will be assessed from the line of scrimmage, right, Nate?
Still a first down.
From the previous one.
So that'll move the ball to the midfield stripe. Chain gang's a little behind.
Here.
There's no urgency whatsoever with those guys over there. Yep. Uh-huh. We'll get there. Elkert in the shotgun by himself. 3 receivers here on the near side, 2 on the far side, and a stoppage in play here. .707 left to play in the ball game.
What are we talking about now here, Close?
Trying to see if there's any late night options for them after the game.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, hey, what are we doing after? Are we getting pizza or are we going to McDonald's? Like, what's the plan?
I'll tell you where I'm going.
I'm going to Scott when I get back, man.
I need to place
get me some queso.
I need to place the order now, so let me know, man. Time out real quick.
Shotgun formation. Elkert takes the snap, slings it right side, complete for Bomer, and he is tripped up and dropped right at the line of scrimmage by John Schumacher.
Thought that was Paul Bunyan over there, the way he chopped him down.
We do have a final from Bascom as the Chieftains able to come back and defeat the Golden Bears 27-14. 27 unanswered points for the Chieftains to come away with the win after falling behind 14-0 at halftime. Elkert rolls to the left, looking, slings it down the field, and it is caught Avery Schilling goes over the top of the defender and snags that. I mean, you want to talk about a heck of a play. Wow. What a catch by Avery Schilling.
Here we go. I can't believe he came down with that one.
Right over the top of Logan DeMoss.
Yeah, DeMoss got Moss.
I thought he was going to be there for the pick, but
yeah, I thought he was coming down with that.
I thought
one.
he came up with it.
I did too, but he got mossed instead.
He got DeMoss.
He got DeMossed. 5 receivers set once again, empty backfield. 1st and 10, ball at the 15. Elkert slings it left, complete. Schilling.
Now, how many times is this behind the line screen?
It's not working. It's just not working. And the Calvert defense is expecting it. They see it every time.
The quicker you get that out of your first down repertoire, the better. You got about 4 or 5 big hog mollies you can send out in open space after they set for the screen. Then you talk a different story. But man,
right. Second down and 12. Ball at the 16-yard line. Elkert takes the snap. Slings it right side, complete for Bomer.
Behind the stick.
Seneca's defense swarms to the ball carrier.
The defense is just too good for those kind of plays to develop into anything big.
Yeah, the downfield plays are where they're having more success here today. It's just these plays at the line of scrimmage or behind it. This defense is way too quick for it.
It's better when they're not playing quarters on you. You know what I mean? It's like.
Looks like they're going to go empty backfield once again. 4:20 left to play in the ball game. 28-0. Seneca's on top. 3rd down and 10. Trips bunched on the left side. 2 receivers off to the far side. They're on the right hash. Elkert looking. Slings it. Oh, over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Avery Schilling. He had him wide open over the middle, but just overthrew his intended receiver there.
You ever seen a team fight harder for 6 points than these Lakota Raiders?
Man.
They are just unrelenting in their pursuit to find pay dirt and put 6 on the board here.
Especially after you got so close to tasting touchdown right before halftime there.
Yeah.
Like,
a few times you've been turned away. Like I said, this game very easily could have went a couple different ways.
Elkert looking to pass, slings it over the middle, incomplete.
That's going to be a turnover on downs.
That'll turn the ball back over to the Senecas with 3:52 left to play here in the ball game. Tiffin Calvert will take over at their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's been one of those games where just a couple plays changed, flipped here or there would completely change the outcome of this game. Like,
100%.
Just the timing on those turnovers and things like that, and the ability to put the points up after them makes all the difference here.
And a lot of that comes with experience and time as well. It's just those situational downs and how you respond and how you coach your team going into it and those adjustments you make. I mean, these Raiders,
it's
I
not
think
it's not like they haven't played a great game here tonight, regardless of what the score is right there.
Nolan Lee once again on the carry, steps out of bounds, and they're going to say the ball comes out at the end of the play. Let's see what the call is here before we jump to conclusions.
I think you make a good point. 28 points here by the Senecas, but I don't think they played nearly a clean ball game as they gave the Raiders way too many chances to come back in this one, turning the ball over and being able to capitalize. That's really what got the Senecas out and ahead. kind of change the complexion here.
Yeah, there's games that we cover where the score looks like this, and you say that, you know, it's been complete dominance from one side all the way through. That's not here tonight. It's been a great game between both teams.
Handoff. This is Warnament on the carry. And he's got it up to the 45. The pile pushes him to the 46-yard line. And they'll say forward progress stops there.
These are some of the things that I read in the Heart of Ohio Sports Observer. Is Coach Mike Lento, he said one of those key emphases this week is being able to finish drives, being able to finish plays, and you're starting to see the fruits of those labors as the Senecas were able to do just that here tonight, finish the drives when they need it, and it equated the points on the board. And the Raiders, you know, they're still trying to find themselves. So it's kind of a nice changing of the guard for these Senecas to play a full 48 minutes and kind of find themselves a little bit more and find a little bit of a rhythm here going into the midseason.
Inside of 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Tucker Coleman takes the snap. Handoff. Nolan Lee off the left side. Lee follows his blocks inside Raider territory down to the 46-yard line. They actually mark him at the 44. Boy, both of these running backs got to be getting close to 100 yards apiece. Let's get you updated on some scores from around the area here. As we mentioned, Gibsonburg falls to Hopewell Loudon. Final score for that one was 27-14. Perkins leading Harvest Prep 28-22. That's in the fourth quarter. Nolan Lee, short gain, maybe about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Mohawk on top of Colonel Crawford, 35-7, Tommy. That's an impressive score right there. Those Warriors, since that week 1 loss to the Calvert Senecas, they've been on a roll since then, Tommy.
Yeah, I think Coach Daniels and those Mohawk Warriors, that week 1 just got it out and got it behind them, and they've been pretty polished since.
Ben Bogner already into double-digit touchdown passes on the season.
Nate, we've had private conversations about how we thought that good things would be coming from Mohawk this season after last year.
They were my team to watch in the preseason. Nolan Lee on the handoff, gets it up to the first down marker. $28-0 Senecas. 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
More than 10 passing touchdowns for a Mohawk Warrior squad.
That's right.
This far.
We are into the 20th century now, Tommy.
A few more to go.
It's everybody's favorite formation, guys.
It's called victory formation, Tom.
Stop. Ridiculous. Got jokes.
Oh, you're not familiar?
You ever seen that before?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
This one's just gonna.
Why would they just kneel on it?
And that should be the end of the ball game, folks, as Tiffin Calvert moves to 3-1 on the young season. Big win over the Lakota Raiders in Mike Lento's return to Kansas. 28-0 is your final score. We'll step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope and Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeandfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right. Welcome back to Raider Field here in Kansas, Ohio. Your final score, Tiffin Calvert 28, Lakota nothing. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall up here in the press box with you. Greg the Wizard Kinn up here with us as well. We want to thank Eric Hall down on the sidelines for chiming in with us all night long. And also thanks to Austin Rodriguez for doing a great job on the camera. The Adrenaline Stream back together once again here in week 4. And the Senecas pick up a week 4 win to move to 3-1 on the young season. Now, Tommy, we talked, there's some things that they got to clean up, obviously. There's some things that they know that they can do better. But the one thing that Mike Lento said when I talked to him last night, sat down and had a conversation, he said, we want to get back to what we know we're good at, which is running the ball. They got back to that tonight, Tommy, and you could tell that was a point of contention during practice all week and a point of emphasis with this coaching staff. We are going to run the ball tonight.
Yeah, I think throughout 48 minutes, we didn't really sing the praises of the Calvert defense enough, as they were able to shoo away these Lakota Raiders on 3 separate red zone visits and also force them into turnover on down situations off of 4th down situations. But nonetheless, these Calvert Senecas, they came in, they played hard-nosed, they dictated the pace towards the end of this one as the run game just took over. Cal Warnament took over, and that was one of those situations where once Calvert got out and ahead, they were up 2 scores, and you were just waiting for that next nail to keep coming. The Lakota Raiders, they weren't giving any ground to these Senecas. They held on tough, but then the Senecas were able to finish up and finish off their opponent. And like you talked about, we seen it in the Sports Observer. You watch it on the coaches' corners, and these Senecas, they delivered exactly what Coach Lento wanted them to, and that was to clean up some of the mistakes the best they could, but also get back to running the ball, controlling the clock, and most importantly, finishing off drives.
That's right. Absolutely right, Tommy. All right, once again, 28-0 is your final score. Tiffin Calvert over Lakota. They move to 3-1 on the season. Let's take a moment, thank our sponsors. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back with our player of the game. Once again, we're going to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope and Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, REDLINE Lawn Care, Little Hugo's, DAH Wraps, Pioneer Seed by WEINANDY Seed Service, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, CLOUSE Electric, and the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, folks, we're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more of the postgame show brought to you by our friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, final score, Tiffin Calvert 28, Lakota nothing. We'll be back with the player of the game after this right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, welcome back. We are live here. We're in the press box at Raider Field. Once again, your final, Tiffin Calvert 28, Lakota nothing. And I'm here live with our player of the game. We have our player of the game here.
There you go.
Cal Warneman. How we doing, young man?
Good. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. What a game. What a ball game by you guys. So it was obvious from the start of this game you guys wanted to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
What was the message in practice all week this week? Was it just you guys wanted to get back to what you know you're good at?
Mm-hmm. Well, we know that we have bigger linemen, and we got a freshman quarterback, so we got to help them out by being able to run the ball, make them stack the box so he has open lanes to throw. And we got a lot of good receivers, and they all, want the football. But we got to be able to run the ball first.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys really did a good job of that tonight. Opening up lanes up front. That line did a great job for both you and Nolan Lee. And now talk about your young counterpart with Nolan Lee. Obviously, hasn't had a whole lot of experience up to this point, but him getting in there, being able to take some of that spell off of you, being able to give you a little bit of a breather every now and then. What does that mean to this offensive attack?
Well, we had Xavier Kimmett. He went out for first quarter with an injury, and hopefully he's doing well. Yeah. But, I think he's going to get x-rays. But Nolan Lee stepped up. We were in a lot of two-back stuff last year with me and Jacob. And, maybe we can kind of develop into a two-back duo like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it definitely looked like a little bit of a thunder lightning kind of thing you guys got going on back there. But you talked about your freshman quarterback, Tucker Coleman. Now, he had a turnover in this game, but he also threw a nice touchdown ball. He's thrown a couple of nice balls here throughout the early part of the season. What's the key for him to really settle in and just get comfortable in this offense?
He just has to relax. He has a great arm. By his senior year, he's going to be a stud with all that experience, but he just needs to, calm down, relax, let the game kind of come to him and not, rush anything.
Absolutely. Greggy, you got a question for him?
I was going to say, multiple times the Raiders made their way into the red zone and almost punched it in. How big is it for your defense to take that weight off your shoulders as the running back that you don't have to go out there and match scores in these games?
Well, I play defense too. I think we have 9 two-way starters, so we're all both sides of the field. So it's nice. It helps us out. So
you're helping yourself out.
Yeah, we don't have to go down and score right away or not, so we can keep playing defense, keep taking our time.
Yeah, I just am really impressed with your guys' goal line stands and stuff out there tonight.
That's Tommy mentioned that. He's like, between the 20s, you guys might need to clean up a little bit. But I'll tell you what, inside the 20, you guys have a bend but do not break mentality. Talk about the defense a little bit, just your mentality going into these games.
Well, you know, having like an air raid team like this kind of challenged us. I think me and Carter Wolf, outside linebacker, probably prefer to defend the run. Like last week against St. Paul, we had a defensive shutout.
Yeah.
But
and -7 yards on the ground against the St. Paul Flyers.
Yeah, we had a good game last week. I think we like defending the run. So when you get in the goal line scenarios, they can't really, less room to throw the ball. But we still did good, We lost our starting quarterback, Xavier Kinn. I think he was all conference. I mean, he's a stud out there.
Yeah.
He's a smaller guy, but he's a dog.
Yeah.
So losing him kind of made it a little bit harder to defend. But once you got into that goal line stands, our defense can lock up with those big linemen too.
Absolutely. All right, well, young man, you got this winged cardinal here. You got any shout-outs?
Shout out my brother, Reed Ornament.
There you go. All right. All right, well, once again, congratulations. What a great game, young man.
Thank you.
You got yourself a gift card to Little Hugo's.
Thank you.
And a player of the game shirt, courtesy of STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. But once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors. Thank you to our post-game show sponsor, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, for helping us bring this ball game to you live and paywall free. But thanks to you, young man, for joining me here in the press box. Once again, 28-0 was your final score for Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn, Austin Rodriguez, and Eric Hall. I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Raider Field. Have a great night, everybody. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports.